there,
Hello.
everyone. Hello, my name is Lada.
My name is Ksenia.
And today we are going to have an excursion around Leningradskaya street. So today we will walk live. We will tell you some facts about Samara city and Leningradskaya street from our studio, and we will show you some videos. So if you have any questions, yes, feel free.
Feel free to ask below in the comments.
Yeah, you can ask it in our chat or on our YouTube comment section. So enjoy the stream.
Now let's start.
Заставка. Да.
Today we're going to learn the history and sites of the streets of Samara. One of the main attractions of Samara is Leningradskaya Street. Here you can combine a pleasant walk with acquaintance with the architectural appearance of historical Samara. Leningradskaya Street begins at the Volga from Maxim Gorky Street and ends at the railway. From the corner with Galaktionovskaya Street, Leningradskaya Street becomes pedestrian. Leningradskaya Street is often called Samarsky Arbat or simply Leningradka.
Hello dear friends, welcome to our stream. Again, team from studio will be more than happy to show you pedestrian street Leningradskaya, and we will start with Vysotsky Square. Here you can see the fountain, and now we will tell you some more information about Vysotsky Square, and we will go further to the Leningradskaya street. We are ready with our bag because today a little bit rain in Samara. It's not so hot, it's near 25 degrees, and we more like this weather because it's good for walking. For example, today we meet a lot of tourists. They wake up so early to see Samara sightseeing. So let's start our excursion. Let's go to see closer to the Vysotsky Square, and let's enjoy the view. Let's meet with our pigeons and fawners and some Samaras who is rest now. Vysotsky Square used to be the specialist square in honor of the house and the same name. Around the park there are buildings of different level of historicity, and especially French President Jacques Chirac was in the house of Vysotsky Street in the Alliance Française, famous footballer Galimzan also Kusmatov lived in the house 73 on Leningradskaya street. There are so many memorable places on it, and there are so many artists, pilots and other heroes of the Soviet era live in this square and well. But this square, in order to Vladimir Vysotsky, is one of the famous Russian singer, especially bard singer, who like to play the guitar. And here you can see the monument with security pigeon. They are try to save this monument and keep control. You can see the guitar and the phrase in Russian language from the song of Vladimir Vysotsky. You can find in Google, there are a lot of famous songs, maybe you sometimes heard it. But let's go further, because here a little bit renovated, as you see. And please look in the right side, you can see the children background and playground. But before, let's see the information about square. Why here it's location? Because one of the Russian company, they make like audio guide on the Samara, and in some memorable place you can find these tablets. Children background and children playing, again pigeon. Now we move around, come closer to the Leningradskaya street. Let's say hello to Samaras. Yes, they are rest. Maybe it's some of the workers who make renovation in this garden. You can hear before fountain, now you can see and hear tram. Tram is one of the popular way of transport because there are no traffic jam if you use train. And interesting fact that the first transport which appeared in Samara, it was tram from 1915. The Samara near 100, more than 100 years used tram, and it's so convenient. Now we come closer to Leningradskaya street, and we hope that connection is okay, and our studio also with us. We go next. Let's enjoy the tram. We have the modern one tram and the old one tram. Now you saw again orange big automobile. It's for service system of Samara city, and I think if we don't see in our stream this car, there are not so good stream. And we again saw this car, this means that our stream will be good. Now we will cross the road, as you see a lot of cars, because here some office place located nearby, and our Samaras, they come to work, come to do maybe rest activities, because a lot of people in vacation. And we appeared on the Leningradskaya street. The previous name of the street was Panskaya, but now it's Leningradskaya. You know, maybe in Soviet Union there are so many changes of name in city, streets, and Leningradskaya is ordered to Lenin. Lenin, one of the person who makes Soviet government. And let's understand where we are and what we will do. Here the map of Samara, of the old center of Samara, because Samara is bigger, I think you know, and we are, let's find where. Here, we start here, and then we move closer to the Volga River, and we'll be swim, maybe you think, but no, today is not so good weather for swim. Let's remember what we saw before. Let's wait when tram will come. So, tram will come, and let's go next to see. Yesterday you start with Revolution Square and then move closer to the Kuybyshev until the Strukovsky garden. Do you remember this road? Today we will go here, and where you also were. You were in Kuybyshev Square. You see the big monument of Kuybyshev, and you also saw drama theater. I try to find it. Drama theater. Something like that. Here you can see drama theater, and you also were there. Unfortunately, we can't see Samara University, because Samara University, something like this, here just is the old part of the city, but it's not problem. About river, you remember Volga River, and also we have Samara River. On the intersection of this river located our city. So let's go next. Go. You can enjoy the view of Leningradskaya street. Samara's code is Moscow Arbat. Do you know that in Moscow, Arbat Street, it's one of the famous pedestrian streets, and in each city we have pedestrian street. In Samara, it's Leningradskaya. You maybe saw this big old and very famous Russian policeman. It's not real, don't worry. It's a character of children's cartoon and children's books. His name is Uncle Stepan. Uncle Stepan is the policeman who helped children and who helped the city. And here you can see the picture from cartoon where Uncle Stepan with the children try to keep the road. So let's go next. Oh, let's come to the right side of the street and come closer. Here is Konstantin Golovkin. Konstantin Golovkin, one of the famous Samara's guy. He lived in the 19th century, and what he famous for? He has his own art gallery. There are so many art gallery, and now we have museum of his arts. Golovkin, it's so cool, it's so interesting, but more interesting Samara's pigeon. We remember that you asked to make a stylist for Samara's pigeon, that he helped them to make their beautiful hair, but pigeons would like to do by themselves. Yes, and this is a swimming pool of pigeon. Let's enjoy the view. Hello, hello. How are you, dear friends? We hope that you're okay. Пока. So let's go closer. Try to take pigeons of our hands. A little bit raining. Not problem. Let's go next. Actually, write in comments what about weather in your place. We will be compare. Please look in the right side. We can see the new graffiti. Maybe you try to see. In Samara was festival of graffiti, and we have a lot of house with this or maybe different kind of arts, and one of the leader put here this graffiti means science activity in the street. Also we have graffiti to some famous people. Actually this graffiti starts from World Cup, when we make our graffiti men make on the each house on the North Dover Street for the each football championship until the beginning of the 20th century to our previous time. And this was start to make graffiti. We have graffiti to doctors, graffiti to books, graffiti from children cartoons. There are so many graffitis. So let's go next, and we come to the opera. Opera, it's not. Thank you for the comment. Also, cloudy in your place, in our place too cloudy. They are similar. Oh, look, Daddy Stepa, Uncle Stepan. Do you remember? He has new friends, and as you remember, Russian tradition to take the modern and the our features. The dog again a little bit bronze, because our friends they always touch and try to make wishes. We think that Uncle Stepan make a lot of wishes. So in the right side you can see soon, after maybe 1 minute, the opera. It's the shopping center, the building of which probably could be the called Samara postmodernism, because it looks like Italian friends. But we will look opera later. Let's say hello to Uncle Stepan. Maybe you try to know, could you take please, how long Stepan? My size is near 1 meter and 68 centimeters, something like that for comparison. I a little bit more than children of Stepan. Hello. Hello, how are you? So cool. As you see, a lot of Samaras do the same, and that's why his hands, we can see the bronze of his hands. Sorry friends, we need to go. We have streams another object. Here's Uncle Stepan. You can find the cartoons, but maybe it will be in Russian language. You can use subtitle and watch. Or read a book. Sergei Mikhalkov is the author of these books. Say hello the building from Italy, because it looks like Italy and it's a shopping center. It's completed by a new landmark of Leningradskaya, opened in 2015. And here, Uncle Stepa, we discussed already about it. Let's go next. As I told you about Sergei Mikhalkov, literally here, poo. Now we come closer to the opera theater. You can see a lot of shops. You can compare the dress of Samara's guy. Somebody in just t-shirt, somebody in kurtka with a coat, big, but it's not a problem. Let's go next. Further, directly opposite side each other, there are two antagonist buildings emphasize the electives of the development of Leningradskaya Street. On either side, an orderly 10-story building, and where Voentorg was located. It is we discuss about the right side of the street. If we see of this street, we can understand that here shops and here the living center also. A lot of Samara's guys, they love to live in the Leningradskaya Street because they can enjoy the music. Sometimes here in this place located musician. They come, sing song and enjoy the view. That's why they have every evening concert. Again, fountain with zero pigeon. It's so unpredictable. Maybe they pigeon in the previous fountain. Oh, our studio say that we are ready. I think we can go to the old graffiti and then can give awards to the studio, to the medical university, and we will start, for example, next. When we come closer to the medical university, yes, really on the pedestrian street, two university, not Samara's. We have not just Samara University, dear friends. We have near 10 state university and near 12 now the private university. So I understand that a little bit raining, and maybe we will go to some place to wait. Let's maybe now give awards to the studio after 10 seconds, and we will open our umbrellas. So if studio are ready, we will be more than happy. But when we are waiting for connection from studio, let's enjoy the view of universities, because this is one of the oldest building which located on this street. These two buildings located from the 1930 and originally belonged to two respected ladies, Alexandra Yurina and Sofia Yashchenko. They was the famous Samara lawyers. So let's say hello to studio. We will take umbrella and continue our stream.
How was the cooking masterclass yesterday? All right, now you're back at the studio with me, Korn. Now I would like to talk about some facts, historical facts about Leningradskaya Street. This street, it has a lot of names before. At first, it was known as Prolomnaya Street. This was 2 centuries ago. And then this place was the outskirts of the city with a large moat. Later, this is called Sennaya Street, Khlebnaya Street, during the 19th centuries. The street began to build up with large stone house of several floors, brick buildings with large basement warehouse appear. Solid houses were built according to a typical model. The lower floor was occupied by a store or trading store, and the upper floor is changed to living quarters. At the same time, public buildings also appear here, like restaurant, hotel, house for rent, and the streets became a central shopping place of the city for the wealthy citizen. The streets began to bear the appropriate name Panskaya, as Masha told you. Yeah, now the name is changed from Klepnaya to Panskaya. And in 1914, the Novotroitsky shopping center was built on the Panskaya Street, which occupied the quarter between Galaktinovskaya and Maladogvardeyskaya streets. In 1926, Panskaya was renamed to Leningradskaya Street. Many houses located on Leningradskaya Street still retain their original purpose. We suggest you watch some videos from the sightseeing of Samara city before you will see the other part of Leningradskaya Street. Here it is.
We can continue. Hello again. Yeah, rain is not problem for continue our stream, and we can go closer. Let's see the more important and interesting object here. We continue, and now please pay attention on the left side of our walking tour. Here you can see the one of the old building located in the Leningradskaya street is the hotel. In the previous time it was hotel, now is the shopping. But this name is Hotel National Hotel. In the beginning of the 20th century, a two-store house of merchant Pavel Gudkov stood, and its place again get the next level, the third level and the fourth, and start to be the National Hotel. The facade of the National Hotel, which is interesting, changed even in the pre-revolution time. Revolution was in the 1970s until 1918. As you understand, it's near 100 years ago. So, the biggest change in the internal appearance of the building, the replacement of the massive dome with the underlain attic, and apparently took place in the 1930s after the massive broke out of the National. Opposite of the National, the ends of the 1916 was in one store shopping arcade, which is the turn to the 19th-20th century belonged to the Permykova trading house with the swords. So, and what was in this building in the Soviet time, in the previous century? In Soviet time, it hosted the Buratina cultural goods store, and in 1970s, a five-story building with called is Zhemchuk. Yes, now it's National, as it was in the 19th century. Then in Soviet period, it was Zhemchuk, and now again, it's National. So it was hotel, then shop, and then hotel again. And now it's more shop than hotel, and the second and the third floor, if I'm not mistaken, they are ready to sell for someone, or maybe you can open your shop. Let's come to Samara and open shop. So we come closer to the Frunze Street. Maybe you remember Frunze Street. Frunze Street is one of the also popular street. There are so many museums located on the street. You can find tram on this street. Maybe we will be lucky and see again. We come to the next part of Leningradskaya street. You will see before we read the comments of you. So. Oh, really? You can't go on your country to the street to see? Let's enjoy now Samaras, and we will give you opportunity to walk around walk around street by your own without any restriction. Now we wait a little bit light.
Is it because of COVID?
Dear friends, Professor Ekaterina asked you, you can't walk around your street because COVID, or you have some restriction? Please write in the chat and tell us. As you see, we're not alone with umbrella. Oh, so cool. This woman, she...
Cross the street?
Yes, let's cross the street. Now we will be faster. As you understand, we have 3 seconds, but we are so smart and faster. So you can see the woman, she has umbrella with the name of Samara's company. It's so interesting. Again, the map, but we have already saw this map, and I suggest to go next. Oh, unfortunately, YouTube can't give you the smell. Now we feel the smell from some maybe bakeries or some restaurants, and it's really good. We hope you like this. We come closer to the Kuybyshev Street. Do you remember Kuybyshev Street? You saw in the previous our streams. Some information about house which you saw here. Here now again there are restaurants and something like that, but before, if we discuss about 19th century or before it was the living houses, and one of the houses in the right side, I will tell you maybe after 1 minute, it was the houses of Golovkin. Do you remember Golovkin? We saw his monument in the beginning of our walking tour, and Golovkin, they are not now with us, but we remember our arts, we remember his house, and also we can see his home. His house not so big, but he was one of the rich person in the 19th century. His home with the matryoshka, with the souvenirs, you can see this. Again, pigeon, hello, dear friends, we are happy to see you. So, what interesting we can find in this? Oh, maybe you can see us in the mirror, maybe not. Okay, let's come closer to the Golovkin house. Hello, matryoshka, how are you? We are fine. Now you can find matryoshka just like a souvenir, but before it was a children games and children players. So, the next interesting information. Oh, hello. Unfortunately, it's close, but okay, not a problem. Yes, back to the 1986. Why I discussed about and talked about this year? Because the first pedestrian street in historical center was born here. It's the date when this street started to be pedestrian. Before it was usual street in Samara. Why in this year? Because in this year Samara celebrate anniversary 4 centuries. Now Samara more than 4 centuries, because as you remember, Samara located and appeared here in 1586, but now there are more than 4 centuries, and in 1986 was a big celebration. There are a lot of activities, a lot of events. Oh, stop for say hello to fruits. Hello, manga, how are you? In Russia, like a boom of manga. We love manga. Now, we don't forget about fruits and something like that. Oh, renovation. Thank you for your answer. We read. You tell that not so many places. There are not so many places for walking, just for cars. Oh, bon appetit to Christina. As you see, our team, we do all. In the right side was renovation. You know maybe from the previous time about this walking tour. Now we will cross the street to the Samara's post office, and maybe we will get a pause for the studio because we would like to come closer to the Samara's embankment. Let's cross the street. Wow, special for you, the big size of Samara's bus. Let's count our team. Oh, our team is ready. Say hello to Kuybyshev Street. Maybe you remember? Do you remember something? If you remember, please write in chat. Yes, we were here several days ago. Again, the main post office of Samara. If you would like to send us something, it will come here and then go to us. As you see, a lot of cars because Samaras has already come to the work. And you know facts about main post office. I would just like to add that this post office is one of the symbol of Soviet industry like Soviet modern art. And I will see that studio is ready. So let's say studio that we will be here after 30 seconds because we would like to tell about the Saprikin house. Could you please?
Let me take you to another world. Let me take you to another world. Let me take you to another world. Let me take you to another world.
So now I'm going to tell you some more information about Leningradskaya Street. In the early 1930s, constructivism burst into the architectural palette of Leningradskaya Street. When the hostel of the United States political administration under the Council of People's Commissars of the USSR was built, this state security body itself had already moved to Stepan Razin Street. The building was designed by Pyotr Sherbachev and stood out for the presence of the Dynamo store. The remaining corner of Sherbachev, the intersection of Chabaevskaya and Leningradskaya, was once occupied by the building of the Krypo Shriftchest workshop, also by Pyotr Sherbachev. It did not appear out of nowhere. Its first floor was a shopping arcade of the merchant Nikolai Maslenkov. Its cost by 1,900 is 10,000 rubles, a very significant figure. The building was demolished in 2008 and a retail and office building could appear in its place, but the vacant lot on the side of the fashion studio remains unshakable to this day. The only benefit from it is the pre-revolutionary advertising that has opened to the eyes of the Samara people. It decorates the house of the constructivism constructor Alexei Nuichev. An elegant modern building with a strict woman of ancient Egyptian appearance and the stars of David and images of the goddesses Iris. And there is also the smart soy ball, which arose at about the same time as the fan get-together at Kamchatka and on the Arbat soy ball. Early autumn 1990, it emerged and immediately became the center of the Bohemian subcultural, informal, underground and independent life of Samara for several years. The next section of the Bohemian atmosphere, which is the most lively, all living things, is the Artist's Arch in house number 50. Next door is the apartment building of the merchant Vasily Zhukov. Kuybyshev poet Mikhail Avdeyev spent his childhood here. At that time, a butcher and a dairy store was located on the underground floor. So this is all I wanted to say about these facts, and I hope you enjoyed it. And now let's see what's happening on the streets.
Hello again, welcome to the street. We want to come closer to Volga, but we saw beautiful flowers as you saw now, and now we try to climb to take it. It's a joke, I hope you understand. Let's continue our walking tour. The second reason why we would like to start from this point, that's why we can see the beautiful graffiti. Again, do you remember the previous graffiti and now? The previous graffiti was about science, and now you can see the graffiti about Samara street, Samara city. Samara city is the date where this city located and appeared. Here we can see graffiti closer, and let's come closer to the graffiti and see it across the street. Oh, interesting fact, if I'm not mistaken, in the right side after this building there are some FSB or some police special building, and they didn't announce it, but we will tell you. So, oh, so beautiful. But let's, thank you. I will help say that I have some problem with my bolts fixation and continue. Let's see the graffiti. What we saw. We saw beautiful girl. We think that this girl from modern time, and now she comes to the old Leningradskaya street, and you see the dates and some Russian italic your favorite way of Russian letters, italic. What is it? It's the name of the Leningradskaya street. As you remember, Leningradskaya street changed their name, and for example, in 1782 it was Leningradskaya, then it was Prolomная, Senная, Moskatelная, and some other Russian names, and again in 1924 it became Leningradskaya street. Also you can see the picture of Zhiguli brewery. Do you remember Zhiguli brewery? I think yes. And then you can see the Russian sightseeing, like from Square of Glory. It's Panikovsky, the monument of Panikovsky, and you can see two old men. You maybe think that's Russian poet or something like that. No, it's Buruaki. Buruaki is like workers. Their name is boatmen, and boatmen, they have work to time the boat. Yes, they just take the boat, and by them we will see the monument of them. They help to cross the boat because boat was without any engine, and just with the help of Buruaki they can cross the street. Oh, thank you for your comment. That is so beautiful pictures. Yes, let's continue our walking. We are so appreciate that you love our graffiti. Come to Samara. Oh, thank you, Ekaterina. Dear friends, did you see the beautiful cats? They know that it's our stream, and look at you. It's a monument of cats. It's not real, but real cats we also have so long. Now we come closer to the Volga River. You can see that the road is on the hills. We like come down to the street. What else you can see? Here now is the living usual building, but before it was some shops, some maybe other factories, small factories, and some study, something else. You can see that Samara is a city of contrast. There are modern building with the old building, and we have special old part which preserved by our government, and it's not allowed to do something with this house because it's like a monument, the real houses of 19th or 18th centuries, and each house has a lot of history. You can come and check. Now we come closer to the interesting shop. This shop is called Raritet. Raritet, if we translate to English, it means the place with the old and good things. Oh, again, comment. Cats, ahaha, ha, cats. Yes, you love cats. So we are very happy that you know these animals. I think it's one of the most popular animals in the world. Let's come closer to the Raritet shop. Now it's closed, but before you can buy here some old things. For example, old musical things, some books, or maybe other. Oh, interesting. Real building, but with flowers, with metallic flowers, also cool. Maybe you can see some Volga rivers, but we can come closer. What else we can tell you? In the left side, soon you will see the Samara confetti. What is Samara confetti? Is Samara sweet. Because in Samara there are one big factories, I told you before, Nestle factories, and now it's Samara's factories. Then we also have Samara's cats. Sorry, Russian cats are so elegant. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for active, for comments. Let's return to Samara's sweets. We have 2 factories of sweets, and a lot of people love to eat Samara's chocolate.
Let's go inside the shop.
Yes, let's try to come to shop. We hope it's open, and you will see. One of the main sweets in Samara is pomadka. We can show you maybe photo later. It's like one chocolate, white chocolate. Oh, actually, do you remember corn? Because he told that in Thailand it's hard to find white chocolate. What about your country? Can you find white chocolate? Also, now before we come to the shop, let's see the fruits. And now you know which season we have tomatoes, leek, and also we have cherries time now. We will speak shy for not disturb our sellers. Yes, thank you. Apricot and also melon, watermelon, mango again. So funny. Grapes. Hello. We can buy and make our pancakes again. Let's try to inside to the shop. We will make advertisement of this shop for Indonesian friends. Christina. Oh, here we have pomadka. Cool. As you understand, here the combine of souvenirs shop and also sweet shop. So what we can see here? We can see here some picturesque, some animals. Здравствуйте. We say hello. Some animals. It's like souvenirs for Samara. It's not so interesting. It's typical from other country. Let's see the just sweets from Samara. Yeah, ice cream. Oh, ice cream also we can show you. У нас просто трансляция. We show you. Вот. I told you before about Samara. But here in this size, you can see the just Samara's sweets that are produced in Samara. Because before you see sweets from Russia, and here from Samara. What we else can see from Samara and produce? Ice cream. Now in 25 degrees it's not so popular, but here in the left side, yes, you can ask. We will be more than happy if you will ask our question. Oh, thank you. Спасибо. 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 У нас пока онлайн-прогулка. Sorry for my Russian. I just discussed with the sellers. She said that you should come to another store with the big sides. Oh, very tasty. One of my tasty chocolate, but it's not so good. So cool. Let's continue here. This is I think in Indonesian white chocolate most important too. Oh, cool, thank you. In Thailand, no. Now we know that in Indonesian too. Let's see here. Here's the ice cream which produced in Samara city. The vanilla ice cream, the strawberry ice cream, and the chocolate ice cream. If you like ice cream, please write. So let's continue our walking tour. We will come closer to the Volga. Let's wait. Hello. So we go next. So you see the walking around dog. Oh, now we will see also interesting monument. We don't know why it's here, but someone do it. Yes, let's enjoy the view of Samara's sweets. Pomadka, and also vishnya cherry, and grusha pear. Let's go next. So many cars, because it's work time. Maybe you hear some fountain. We come closer. What else we will see? We can see Samara's friend again. Thank you, weather, that now it's so good for walking. We hope that it will be safe for this time, for time of our stream. You can write in comments about where your city located, near the street or near river, or so long to river, and how many minutes you need to come to maybe lake, to river, to see from your place. It's interesting. So let's go next. Ух ты, thank you. Our helper Christina buy zaychik. Zaychik, do you know? It's here. Let's see. It's Russian chupa chups. Before I tell you how it's made, and we will try to understand how this chupa chups made, let's guess what is it inside. Oh, Russian children's there. Relax. Oh, thank you for your comment. Sorry, could you please again switch off ekran, and I will give you ice cream is tasty. Gonna buy ice cream after this. Oh, cool. If you buy ice cream, let's share ice cream in our chat. We will compare. As you see, now Russian children, they are a little bit crazy. They use the fastest way of traveling. Why not? They have holidays. What about your school system? In Russia, we have holidays from June until August for children, of course, who go to school, and that's why they relax, jump in and do something else. So I'm waiting for comments about which inside in this chupa chups. Let's go next. Do you remember I told you that we saw interesting monument? Here it is. Hello, how are you? It's not the oldest one. He appeared it not so long. It's like monument of the company. It's the symbol of the company. Oh, I saw comment. Honey sweets. Honey, good suggestion, but think a little bit more. It's not honey. It's not honey. It's... I know the secret. Let's...
The first letter is S.
Yes. I can show you if you will use Google, but I will help you. So let's read together. So stuff, it means sugar. Sugar, сахар. Yes, it's just sugar, that's all. Melted sugar. You can do at home, especially if we come to the Soviet period. Russian children, they do by their own this zaychikov. How? They take sugar, put on the pine, wait a little bit, and use sticks from the trees, and then it was like this Russian chupa chups. Thank you for helping. I will give you chupa chups for you, and we come closer to the Volga River because maybe a little bit tired. Why you're tired? Because you see Volga, but you can't come closer. We just going, and that's all. So, what you have already know about Samaras and about Volga? Let's summarize. Samaras is a city near 400 years old. In Samara, there are so many good places for rest because we're located on the Volga River. As a typical Russian city, we have 4 seasons. That's why we can swim in the Volga during the whole year, but we can do it in summer. Yes, it's not so long period, but it's so cool, and a lot of Samaras we are waiting for summer. Yes, let's pay attention here. Do you know that the Second Great War make a big impact of our country, and that's why we have a lot of picturesque place and picturesque desk which told about heroes from the the Second War and World War II. There are no so family in Russia who don't to take part in this war. That's why we have a lot of memorable time. As you see, there are nobody in cafe because in Samara near 10 a.m. and maybe you write comments. Oh, school season for children he started last Monday. Oh, real? And how long it will be from last Monday until which time? Because now we have helper Christina, and she has already rest near 1 month. So soon we come closer to the Volga, but let's wait when the light turns on. Actually, I know that maybe in Turkey, in the lights, you can find the picture of cats. Maybe you also have some fine pictures of sign to cross the road, because in Russia it's just men. In Moscow sometimes the bicycle road, there you can find bicycle. Oh, I will go there. Hello. Let's wait. Let's wave. Let's wait. And in Russia, as I told you, we have just men. What about your country? Also men, or just lights, or maybe cats, or maybe dogs, or maybe I don't know who will be like a sign in the cross the street. Here the one of the popular road in Samara, and if you come here near 7 p.m. you can enjoy the sunset, and a lot of friends, they like to come here to drive and enjoy sunset. 5 p.m. Thank you. 5 p.m. in the winter. Oh, hello, sports. Can wake up in the morning and do sports? So, again, do you remember we have the special audio guide here, Samara's embankment. You can read, but I think Google will help you more than we. We will come closer to the fountain. Let's go. So many clothes here, as I told you before, because we have just 10 a.m. but all these shops, they start working near 12 or something like that. You can unfortunately drink alcohol on embankment, and you can smoke here because it's a place for resting and it's restricted to do it. And also you can pay attention that there are no ways to go to this grass, it's just for walking. So, I will change my and I will change clothes. I without any bags. Hello. Let's come closer to the fountain. The name of the fountain is Sale Fountain. Fountain for anniversary of 4th century of Samara. Do you remember that I told you before? This. So, now I think you can't hear me well, but I will touch the worm. Mokra. Christina thought it's cold, but I think it's norm. It's so cool. And hello again. If I were like Christina, I think I will swim there, but now stream, sorry, we will do it later. It's a joke. Russians swim in fountain when they record, but sometimes no. We come closer to Samara's beach, and one of the interesting facts about Samara that we can swim on the beach and lake, and it's in our city, in our not countryside part. In countryside we also have, but now you can just take a bus and you appear on the beach, relax and have fun. On this year our government make this roof for maybe safe from sun. It's so cool. Oh, really? Guy now in the 25 Celsius degrees swim. So cool. Let's enjoy the view. You can see the cargo ship, and as you understand, it's the first part and the second part. The first part of the cargo, it's like without any engine in vehicle, and the second part, small ship, it's move around to the Volga. What we can travel by cargo ship? We can travel oil, we can travel cars, we can travel and say from other city to another, some big part of the factories, big part of the engines, but more popular is oil and sand maybe, because the ground of Volga sometimes change, and we take sand from one place to another. It's not for cruise, it's just for work, special ship. Let's come closer to the left side, and thank you for your comment about the view and about Volga. Thank you very much. Let's go to the monument. But before we go, we see another side. In another side, there are so many houses. For example, one way of resting is rent houses for the summer and relax. As you see, children happy to see here. In that place, yes, we can go left. Let's come closer. I will think I will go next. When we take umbrella and use this code, there are stop raining. Maybe it's a good reason to be this and don't take it. For keep it, it will be cool. So, also we have funny, please pay attention to this side, funny side. Let's translate. It means a place for washing our hands. Why? Because when you're on the sand, legs, yes, thank you. I changed the legs and hands. Sorry, dear friends, it's for our boots. If you swim in the Volga, then stop on the sand, you will have the whole sand legs and this place for washing your legs. Let's come closer to Christina, I think like this one. We come to the monument of Buruaki, of boatmen. And before we come and speak about this monument, this is the name of the monument, is Buruaki na Volge, and here the name who helped to make this monument here. Let's enjoy the Volga view and see the Moscow. The name of the ship is Moscow. This ship not for travel from city to city, is ship for traveling on Samara region. For example, guys, they take ticket near 80 rubles and they come to the another side of Volga river to enjoy the view. Also, one of the way of popular to celebration wedding on the Moscow ship, you can rent and celebration wedding. All comment. Let's read. I like the Samara look clean. No many. Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Here you can see to another side. Use this binocle. Let's try to see. There are no, but let's come and see it together. Yes, it looks like this. Hello. Let's say пока-пока to Moscow and come closer to the Buruaki. Let's enjoy the view. So, hello. Do you remember these two guys? Do you remember graffiti? On this graffiti was to this friend, and here a stop. I will move and you enjoy the stop. They come closer to the ship in the right side, and they just move. It's Russian engine of the 18th century. Why this sculpture here? Because this sculpture is the monument from the pictures. This picture made by Repin. Repin is the surname of the artist, and he made this. As you see, it's like a picture. And this picture was made in Samara region. He came in the 19th century to Samara region, live, and make this picture. Interesting fact that this guide, the Samara's guide, who make pose for his picture, he just asked them to stay and do, and he wrote them. And also he wrote them from other friend who was on work. So you can see this friend. Let's go to the right side. Why? Because we will come to Samara's stop for ship, for Samara's port. Oh, hello! It's also the same as Moscow for traveling to another side, but this is the type of ship is Om. Om is the also ship for traveling from other side to another. So let's go next. We come closer to our Samara's port. And from this place you can also travel to Samara region, or you can travel to another city, as you remember, Kazan, Volgograd, maybe Moscow, or something like that. Cruise is very popular in Samara because you sit, relax, enjoy the view, and it's so amazing. Now we located in the oldest part of embankment. Yes, in the oldest part of embankment we are here. We also have the modern part where Grigory II here. But here is the oldest, and Samara starts from this place. Actually, Samara starts from the Revolutionary Square, but here it's maybe 10 minutes to Revolutionary Square, and we will think that we're also in historical part of the city. Again, sports guy. If you can do the sports in the morning, please also write, because I can't. I love to sleep. We can closer to the port, and maybe you think that it's port. No, it's one of the good our hotel. This hotel name is Russia Hotel. Why this hotel is things good because this hotel has a good location. Why? If you see, you can see the Volga River from the different window. Maybe just one side of this hotel can't see the Volga view, but another side, yes. And if you will come to Samara, you can also stay in this hotel. Near this hotel, there is a big restaurant and our port. Our port is so small, but there are no need to big port. We have online way of buying tickets, and you can come to Samara and also try to travel by boat. In what time located port here and where this way of transport appeared? Interesting fact that the previous company who made port, it was Samolyot. Let's translate Samolyot in Russia. Samolyot in Russia means like plane. Yes, Samaras and Russian crazy people, they call the first port company like first ship company like a Samolyot, like a plane, and start to selling tickets. It was at the end of the 19th century. So at the end of the 19th century appeared ships, then at the beginning of the 20th century appears tram. After tram was bus, trolley bus, taxi and something. Small excursion to the Samara's transport. Also we have metro. Metro was the last way of transport. Who knows, maybe the next will be some flight transport, quadricopters, yes, or maybe some robotic bus without any drivers. But we come closer to the port. You can see the Samara's guide. Again, a little bit sport. No, okay, let's do what we do without any sports, we can do later. So, we come closer to the port. As I told you before, the port was like a main thing. Oh, sorry, our helper said that I should again show you the sportsman. Yes, it's a sportsman place. Russian loves to take some circle, some ride from cars and do this. But I think it's good, but let's continue to more interesting view. Maybe someone go for a walk by boat and we will say пока-пока to them. Let's continue discuss about port, because I would like to tell you that now port and ships we use like a cruise to relax, to have fun or something like that, or maybe to transport on the cargo ship oil. But before it was like a public transport. For example, you can take a ship from Samara, come to Kazan, and that's all. Now we come to here to relax, to rest, to come to Kazan and then return to Samara. And the tickets higher than it was before. For example, my grandma, she used ship to travel from one city to another, the same as train or plane. And they relax, so cool. We have special playground to basketball and football, maybe some volleyball activities. And we come closer to the Russia hotel and Russia restaurant. You maybe see the piece of monument. It's like here inside. You can read that.
Now I'm going to give you a quick note about Leningradskaya and Kuybyshevo streets. Here's an interesting fact. It's short, but I hope you enjoy it. At the intersection of Leningradskaya and Kuybyshevo streets, there is a house number 28 on Leningradskaya in 1900, owned by the merchant Nikolai Maslenkov. In Soviet times, the legendary Yutz or Cliff grocery store was located here. His range of 1935 even included the notorious French rolls. Do you like French rolls? Please write in the comments below and let's discuss. And then we continue our live walking. I hope you enjoy this live stream. And now we're going to watch some videos.
To another world. Let me take you 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 to another world.
Alright, welcome back to the studio. Now I would like to talk about more interesting facts about the historical city center. Starting with the house number 7 on the Leningradskaya street. This house has a very important toward the cultural and history of Samara city. This house, first thing, this house, there is a library number 9 located in it. And Samara, as we know, is the cultural capital of the Volga region. Secondly, this house, number 7, it was built in 1951 by the Samara architecture Pyotr Sherbashev. Thirdly, before it was built, there was a steamship. There were a steamship warehouse of the Chigulovsky brewery, and the house, it was built for the workers of the Kubyshev river. This is how, even behind the most inexpensive facade, there is a whole polyphony meanings of the resort city. And at the corner of Leningradskaya and Alexei Tolstoy streets, we see the building of the city water supply system. It was opened in 1886. Opposite is it is a new building complete with an art object, which we will agree to call the House of the Knight. Yeah, there was a knight in front of it. Alas, life did not spare him. Some of the good Samaritan expropriate the sword from the knight, and in 2018, vandal work on the warrior's armor. We say goodbye to the valiant shirt and go out to the Maxim Gorky streets. And there's also Stalinka. Stalinka is a house for apartment building built in the Soviet Union during the mid-1930 to the early 1960 during the reign of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. And yeah, that is why it is called Stalinka. Yeah, apartment in Russia, apartment in Russia, in Soviet Union, they have like they have names according to their leaders. Yeah, and this is also the work of Pyotr Chebyshev. Date 1957. The pre-revolutionary house opposite was demolished in the second half of 1990s. Valentin Yezhov spent the first 6 years of his life there, and the famous Soviet screenwriter, on account of which Ballad of a Soldier and White Sun of the Desert. And well, we have finally completed our long journey along the Leningradskaya street. We hope that this trip made you fall in love with Samara Abad even more.
Let me take you to another world. Let me take you to another world. Let me take you to another world. Let me take you to another.
Hello, ship is boarding, we are here, degustate our tasty sweet candles. Let's see how looks the parking of ship. Christina, please move a little bit. Let's come closer. We are now in the territory of port. We have two special place for parking. Here in the right side, place for parking ship from Samara region. As you see, Moscow ship. It's just parking place for ship who located in Samara region and travel in Samara region. But now, let's come closer to the parking place for ship who located from one city to another, and maybe we will meet the passenger of this ship. They are ready to say hello to us. Maybe they will come from cruise. Let's now, when we are moving closer, try to understand the direction of the Volga River. You maybe think the direction of the Volga River like from left side of me to right side. No, the Volga River starts there in the north part and then come to the south part. And someone think that if we will come to the Volga beach in the south part, it will be colder than if we come closer to the beach on the south part. No, the temperature of Volga near 20 degrees in the different place the same. So we come closer to the ship. When we moving, we can see the small ship. It's a private ship. You can rent and maybe relax on this ship. You see that zero rain now. The not so windy, warm weather. It's good for maybe shipping. Oh, do you like fishing and shipping, right, in commons? Which kind of fish do you have? For example, in Russia, in Samara here, we can find a lot of types of ship. One of the popular is shuka, and maybe is saroshka. It's the name of Russian fish. And someone, maybe now we will have it. No, unfortunately. They sit in these stones, use the fishing equipment and fish there. I don't know why fish there, but they tell that a lot of fish, why not? But I suggest to move around and cross the Volga and fish in the another side. There are more fish, no? Okay, let's maybe move faster to say hello to someone who here. Samara is the city of resort because you enjoy the sunset, you see the other places picturesque, and I have no words to describe the beautiful Samara's time. If you come in springtime, you can also see the interesting because you know that the Volga is absolutely ice during the winter. What happened with ice? The sun is shining, so cool, and ice starts melting. And why we have some different levels? Because when Volga melted, we hear, for example, like this, the first level, they're full of water. If you come to Samara in the spring, you can see a lot of water, and maybe you try to understand why this stage, because water until here. And if you come to spring, the flow of water, and you can swim here. No, not swim, cold water, but you can touch water in this level. That's why we have two different levels. You maybe ask, I think about this question and tell you before. So let's come closer. If you go to the strait, you can see the Samara River. Samara River, do you remember map? Samara River, Volga River in the intersection. Maybe you have question, no? No? Okay. We come to the parking place of big ship. Прощаться. Before we прощаться, I will be like a cord. I will tell you that in the far away, you can see the Novokuybышevsk city. Novokuybышevsk city is the other city of Samara region. And also you can see the parking place of the cargo ship. Yes, we have free parking. Parking for ship from Samara region, parking for ship from one city to another, and parking ship for cargo place. So it's time to say goodbye for you, but we are more than happy that you were with us. Christina also here, and we have big team. Christina, Danya, could you come to us? And our hair teams will be with you tomorrow. Thank you. Пока-пока.
Goodbye.
Oh, welcome back to the studio one last time. So I checked the comment section that you would like to come here. Well, when that day comes, we will be here welcoming you arrival. And well, that's it for today. We would like to thank you for watching our stream today. It was a pleasure to show you how the historical city center looks like.
Thank you for your comments and for your interesting, for your attention. Okay, and I hope you will come to Samara and visit all these places we talked about today. And we will be happy to meet you in real life. So it's time to say goodbye. Have a nice day.
Yes, have a nice day.
Bye bye.